Słuchasz podcastu Angielski z Konradem. Nowe odcinki każdego tygodnia. Jeśli chcesz popracować nad płynnością, nabrać odwagi do konwersacji, skorygować często popełniane błędy bądź poznać skuteczne metody nauki, ta audycja jest dla Ciebie. Remember, you're not at school, so chill out, kick back and enjoy yourself. Let's begin. Hello and welcome to another episode of my podcast Angielski z Konradem. I hope you are well, ready and willing to learn. I hope you enjoy the show today. Let's begin with some useful vocabulary. Tenacity, nieustępliwość. Persistence, wytrwałość. Success story, sukces życiowy, historia osoby, która osiągnęła jakiś sukces. Blue collar, dosłownie niebieski kołnierzyk, tak też jest określana w języku angielskim osoba wykonująca pracę fizyczną. White collar, biały kołnierzyk, osoba wykonująca pracę biurową bądź umysłową. Boot camp, kurs przyspieszony. Setback, komplikacja, problem. Today we will be talking about successful learners of English and other valuable skills. The catch here is that these learners are twice my age. That's correct. We will be looking at success stories of senior learners. Not only students of foreign languages, but also a skill usually associated with younger crowd, coding. We will be looking at two articles today, one dealing with benefits of learning a foreign language in senior years. The other is an account of some seniors who learned programming. Various new studies show that you are never too old to learn a new skill, in our case, language. That contradicts the past notion that your learning days are over when you hit your mid-30s. Of course, you have to take neuroplasticity into the account. Neuroplasticity being the ability to form and restructure synaptic connections. Here's an example. I am teaching myself soldering, reconnecting severed wires through heat. As I learn, my brain forms new connections that will make that skill memorized. It may take several hours or more to successfully learn to solder, but it will take years or decades to forget how to do it. The connections are that strong. Learning any skill follows the same pattern. You learn something new, your brain develops, regardless of the kind of ability. Coding is a skill usually related to younger individuals since it involves working at a computer. Many seniors I know treat computers, the internet or any sort of IT as black magic. This article, however, serves as proof that anyone can learn programming at any age. In a few years' time, it may even become necessary for some individuals, especially blue collars, factory workers for example, to expand their ability repertoire. Manual labor runs a risk of being completely eradicated by automation, a process where physical labor is executed by machines instead of men or women. To stay relevant as a workforce, laborers must embrace the change and develop new skills. It might seem scary and overwhelming at first, but it's not when you look at the big picture. Learning a programming language is very much like learning a regular language. Each code has got syntax, semantics, an equivalent of grammar, and vocabulary. However, it requires more precision in use. With a regular language, you can usually get away with some mistakes, whereas code is unforgiving. One error in your code, and it won't work. Second language learning, or any other skill for that matter, does not require manual skills, only willingness. Although we talk about two seemingly different skills, the benefits of learning at senior age are universal. It provides your brain with exercise, helps combat mental disorders typical for the elderly, like Alzheimer's, dementia, atrophy, aging of the brain. As mentioned before, your brain ages, much as any other body part. But if you exercise your brain, you help it stay young and strong. The more brain activity you engage in, the younger your brain becomes. Simple as that. Moreover, you become more versatile and confident. Suddenly, something that you avoided like fire becomes very docile and very manageable. The more miscellaneous skills you develop, the more valuable asset in the workforce you become. Many employers recognize and encourage their employees to take part in seminars, courses, or boot camps for senior employees. Retirement does not mean you are left behind. Many local institutions organize various activities for senior citizens, language courses included, many of which are free of charge. Thanks to such courses, seniors feel encouraged to stay active and have a go at branches of knowledge that were in their infancy or non-existence at their youth. I personally had the pleasure and honor of teaching seniors at my language school. Senior learners are very humble, determined individuals with very clear expectations. They refuse to quit, they work harder than any other adult I taught, they are not afraid to make mistakes, and are willing to work through setbacks. I look up to them and hope I will have similar attitude towards life as they do. If your grandmother or grandfather can learn a language, you can too. In that case, age is no barrier. I find those success stories quite inspirational. I hope they will inspire you as well. Thank you for listening. In case you had forgotten, here's the revision of vocabulary for this episode with some example sentences. You will hear each sentence twice. Let's begin. Tenacity, tenacity, nieustępliwość. Your tenacity started to show results. Your tenacity started to show results. Persistence, persistence, wytrwałość. I admire senior learners' persistence. I admire senior learners' persistence. Success story, success story. Sukces życiowy, historia osoby, która osiągnęła jakiś sukces. Miss McCarroll's success story is an inspiration to us all. Mrs. McCarroll's success story is an inspiration to us all. Blue collar, blue collar. Niebieski kołnierzyk, praca fizyczna. White collar, white collar. Biały kołnierzyk, praca biurowa, umysłowa. Blue-collar jobs are becoming increasingly scarce due to automation. Blue-collar jobs are becoming increasingly scarce due to automation. Working at the office makes you a white collar. Working at the office makes you a white collar. Boot camp, boot camp, kurs przyspieszony. Despite it being only a few days long, I learned a lot at a coding boot camp. Despite it being only a few days long, I learned a lot at a coding boot camp. Setback, setback, komplikacja, problem. Do not let setbacks discourage you from pushing on. Do not let setbacks discourage you from pushing on. Do not let setbacks discourage you from pushing on. And that's the conclusion of today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next time.